What if tomorrow morning you opened your eyes and time was no longer moving forward? Imagine your coffee cup filling itself after you drank it, or your footsteps pulling you backward down the street. A world where every second you've lived begins to unravel in reverse. Now pause for a moment. What would life look like if the arrow of time flipped and every effect became its cause? In physics, time is closely linked to entropy, the natural tendency of the universe to move from order to disorder. It's why ice melts, why stars burn, and why you age. But if time began moving backward, entropy itself would reverse. Ice wouldn't melt. It would spontaneously freeze. Broken glass wouldn't scatter across the floor. Instead, shards would leap back together, forming a perfect glass in your hand. At first glance, this backward world might seem magical, even convenient. You'd grow younger every day, wrinkles fading as your life rewinds. The food you eat would leap out of your stomach, reassembling itself on the plate in perfect order. But as strange as it seems, it wouldn't be life as you know it, because memory itself is tied to time's forward march. If time ran backward, you wouldn't remember the future. You'd only remember what has already happened in reverse. To you, it would feel completely normal, even though, from the outside, your entire life would be playing like a movie in rewind. Let's step deeper into physics. Our universe has laws that seem time-symmetric, like gravity and electromagnetism. If you rewound the motion of planets or electrons, the math would still work. The one thing that isn't symmetric is entropy. The second law of thermodynamics gives time its direction. Reverse entropy, and you've broken the very foundation of how the cosmos works. Think of stars. In a backward universe, stars wouldn't release light and heat through fusion. Instead, scattered photons of light would gather back into stars, growing colder as they compress. Supernovas would not explode outward in fire, but collapse in silence, gathering fragments of matter until a star reforms. On Earth, evolution itself would collapse. Instead of life diversifying into complex beings, humans, animals, and plants would de-evolve back into single-celled organisms, and eventually into nothing at all. But here's the paradox. If time were truly reversed, would you even notice? From your perspective, your consciousness would run backward too. You'd never feel that things were reversed, because your brain, your memories, and your thoughts would all flow the same way as the universe around you. And yet, the greater mystery remains. Why does time move forward at all? Why didn't the universe choose to run in reverse from the very beginning? Some physicists suggest it comes down to the Big Bang. At that moment, the universe was in an extremely low entropy, highly ordered state. Ever since, it's been rolling forward, increasing disorder with every second. If time were to reverse, entropy would have to shrink, collapsing everything back into that perfect order, leading, ultimately, to another Big Bang. So perhaps, in some distant cosmic future, when the universe reaches maximum entropy, time could fold back on itself, and everything we know might begin to rewind. Would that be the end, or just another beginning? Because in a universe where time itself can reverse, nothing is certain except the mystery. And if you want to keep exploring the impossible what-ifs that push the limits of science and imagination, subscribe now and step into the unknown with us.